Sometimes the deepest truths pop up in the weirdest places. Today, we're going to pull a massive life lesson from, get this, an animated movie. Yep, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Turns out a stop-motion animal has, well, a ton to teach us about fear, freedom, and what we're actually here for. So here it is. This is the line that kicked this whole thing off. I don't want to live in a hole anymore. The view is better above ground. Man, that just hits you, doesn't it? It's so simple, but we've all felt it. That feeling of being stuck, just trapped, and knowing deep down that there's gotta be something more, something better waiting for us. But what if that's more than just a fox wanting to move? What if that simple line, that desire, actually points to a really deep spiritual truth about how we're supposed to live? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna dig into. All right, first up, being tired of the hole. Let's think about what that hole really is. It's a metaphor, right? It's for all those places we hide in our own lives when things get tough. And what's so cool about this is that it's not some new idea. This is ancient wisdom. If you look at scripture, a hole or a cave almost always represents hiding, usually because of fear or shame. It's this deep, universal human instinct to just go find a dark place when we mess up. Think about it. We see this play out in the Bible all the time. You've got the prophet Elijah. He has this huge career-making moment, a massive win, and what does he do next? He gets terrified and runs off to hide in a cave. It's like a textbook case of burnout and fear. And then you've got the classic Adam and Eve. The second they mess up, their first instinct is to hide. See the pattern? When we're scared, when we fail, we look for a hole. But here's the thing, and this is so important. In both stories, that's not where it ends. God doesn't just leave them there. He doesn't shame them. He comes looking for them. He calls them out. The whole point of the story isn't that they hid. It's that they were called out of hiding. And when you answer that call, man, everything changes. Your whole perspective shifts. It's a journey from hiding to finally, truly seeing. Just look at the difference here. It is night and day. Down in the hole, you've got hiding, fear, shame, darkness. But above ground, that's where you find freedom, purpose, grace, and light. It's like you're rebooting your entire operating system. And this idea is right there in Scripture. Check this out from Ephesians. It doesn't just say you were in darkness. It says you were darkness. That's a huge difference. The change is so total that you actually become light. That's what it means to live above ground, to just live out who you are now openly, without hiding. So this brings us full circle back to our friend Mr. Fox. Remember what he said? The view is better above ground. And that's exactly it. When you step out of that hole, out of that fear and shame, it's like your vision clears up. You stop seeing things from your own tiny, limited perspective, and you start to see the bigger picture, the view from above. Okay, so once your perspective changes, the way you live has to change too. And it's a huge shift. It's the difference between just surviving and actually living. Let's go back to the movie for a second. Mr. Fox wasn't just looking for a nicer house, right? He was tired of surviving. He wanted to live. He wanted to feel alive. And believe it or not, that exact feeling is at the heart of the Christian faith. Jesus says it himself in this super famous verse, I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. He didn't come so we could just get by, so we could just survive. No, the promise is for an abundant life, one that's full, overflowing, and just packed with meaning. So what does that actually look like? This isn't about having more money or more stuff. Not at all. It's about a whole different way of living. It's when you live from a place of knowing who you are and what you're for, instead of always being scared that you're not enough or don't have enough. You literally stop digging holes in fear and you start building something with faith. Okay, so if we're going to take this whole metaphor all the way, what's the ultimate hole? The deepest, darkest one there is. It's the grave, right? The tomb, which means the most powerful call to live above ground is the call to resurrection. And you see this in such a dramatic way when Jesus stands in front of his friend Lazarus' tomb. He just says two words, but they're filled with power. Lazarus, come out. Just like that. And in that moment, death is replaced with life, darkness is flooded with light, and the ultimate hole is traded for ultimate freedom. And here's the kicker. That same call is for every single one of us. Okay, so we get called out of the hole. We're given this new, abundant life. So what? What's it all for? What are we supposed to do now? Well, that brings us to our last point, having a mission in the light. Because living above ground isn't like retiring to a beach house, you know? It's not about just sitting back and enjoying the view all by yourself. It's active. It comes with a mission. The moment you're called out, you're also called to move, upward toward God and outward toward other people. And that's the whole point. Once you are that light, you can't hide it. You're meant to be seen. It's like being a city on a hill. You become a landmark, a beacon of hope, so other people who are stuck in the dark can see a way out. Your life itself becomes the invitation. So let's wrap this all up. What does it really mean to live above ground? Well, it's a process. First, you have to decide to stop hiding from your fear and shame. Then you step out into the light, into the truth. Once you're there, your whole perspective changes. You start seeing with new eyes. You learn to live with this resurrection power, and that's what finally sets you free to be what you were always meant to be, a visible light for everyone else. In the end, it really boils down to just two simple words: a powerful invitation. It's the same call that came to Elijah and Adam and Lazarus, and yeah, even to a stop-motion fox. It's the invitation being offered to every single one of us right now. Come out.